Brig, my first question for you is, how do you feel about this new wild card format?
Blind reaction, like in a word, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with it. I'm so glad it was 3 games instead of 1. I'm glad that there were multiple games to watch. I'm glad that the broadcast schedule largely allowed me to watch one after the other, after the other, after the other, which I did.
Yeah.
And I mean, all the way around, I feel like this is one of the most well planned and well executed decisions Major League Baseball has made in a long time. Oh, that's my personal opinion.
I think you're exactly right. My big thing with it was that it still felt like you still felt the urgency of a one game series, or like I guess a one game playoff, right?
Yeah.
Because a series isn't one game, let's be honest.
Oh, come
But
on
you
now.
felt the urgency of the one game playoff because only losing 2 is not very many. But I felt like the better team advanced in every series.
Yes.
Right? Like you saw the Padres come out and absolutely dominate the Mets. Like in a one game playoff, you'd be like, "Oh man, the Mets need
Right.
one more
Well, we
shot,"
didn't see
right?
DeGrom, right? Is what they'd
Right,
all
yeah.
said.
So DeGrom comes
Yeah.
out and then the Mets win. And then you come back and you're like, well, okay, the Padres are a better team. So
That's
I
all they
thought it
needed.
played out the way that it should have.
That's right,
It's
because
amazing.
the best teams really did move on, and
Mhm.
it's irrefutable. Like
Yep.
if you lose 2 in a row, sorry,
Yeah.
man. Like it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta
It's
you gotta
awesome.
throw your best out there in 2 in a row, and I hope that isn't come back to bite me, in 10 days or whatever.
Right. Well, and this is the other thing too, is that I'm curious what kind of momentum these teams will have going into the division series against teams that have been off for a week, right?
Yeah.
Because that's always been the big thing is that pitchers are like, well, I got to get my reps in, I got to get my bullpens in. Like, well, you can still get your bullpens in. I understand it's not the same as having a game day, but you can still carry yourself and go about your day like it was a game day as
Yeah,
much as you want to. As
for
much as
sure.
you want to, you can do that when you have days off. Um,
Aroldis. You can. You
yeah,
can do that.
we'll get there. But I really am curious, though, like how much rest versus rust is going to come into play in this next series. But I think we'll get there later. So.
Yeah. It's a really important topic. Yeah, I agree.